Welcome back to the Track Talk season review. And next up is the Merline Trophy. Named after the mascot of Singapore, the Merline Trophy provides the top-end polytrack sprinters with their time to shine at Group 2 level. The 2018 winner Distinctive Darcy was bidding to land the prize back-to-back, as well as smart 4-year-old Bold Thruster having his first outing for new handler Michael Clements. But the race was to go the way of another Clements-trained runner, and that was Count of Monte Cristo under Daniel Moore, having not greeted the judge in front since winning the Jumbo Jet Trophy on September 10th, 2017.
Is showing speed. Bold Thruster was a bit tardy. He has to be hard ridden to take a forward spot. On settling, Mr. Yo, Zach Carter. The brown pair 1-2 with Bold Thruster going up and around them. Blizzard Handy. Deep out now you see they're very bunched. Sacred Rebel, Distinctive Darcy, Count of Monte Cristo, War Affair kicking up on the inside. Followed by Predator, Nimble, hard ridden. And last of all was Clarton Super coming to the turn. At the 750, Zach held the fence. Zach Carter and Bold Thruster, they eyeball each other. A length and a half, Mr. Yo. Count of Monte Cristo doing work 3 and 4 deep. Blizzard travels strongly behind them. Followed by Now You See, War Affair and Sacred Rebel hard ridden on the bend. Distinctive Darcy deeper out in the straight. Zach Carter came off the bit. Bold Thruster takes him quickly. Count of Monte Cristo looming into it, followed by Blizzard. Then Mr. Yo, Distinctive Darcy has work on. It's Bold Thruster and Count of Monte Cristo inside the 150. Count of Monte Cristo, can he break through for a well-deserved win? He's in front of Bold Thruster fighting on. Mr. Yo the outside, but Count of Monte Cristo and Bold Thruster, the two. Bobbing photo, I can't split.
713 days had passed since that Jumbo Jet win in 2017, and this victory was a second feature win at Kranji for jockey Daniel Moore after landing the Fortune Bowl in February on Blizzard for Lee Friedman. Also that afternoon, racegoers witnessed the winning return of Guinea's winner Top Knight only 35 minutes earlier. That, however, was to be the last time we would see him for a while, pulling up with a minor setback. He would subsequently miss the Triple Crown Series for 2019. The Group 3 Eldorado Classic is traditionally the best guide to the Singapore Gold Cup, and in this year's renewal, the new kid on the block, I'm Incredible, was taking on last year's victor King Louis, and another former winner in the field was Bahana. It was to provide Team Birchiger with another feature group race win in 2019.
750. Further back was Bahana on the outside of Blue Sweet. King's Speech, Dicton steadied off heels, and Claudia's Beauties last of all. He starts to up the ante here now on I'm Incredible. As they came to the turn, 500 metres to go. He's a half in front of Elite Quartito and Starjack. King Louis behind them. He's hard ridden to pick up here as I'm Incredible still on the bridle in the straight. Starjack's trying to get after him now. King Louis runs to third. He's hitting the line strongly. Bahana's deeper out below the 250. I'm Incredible showing the persuader. Now he's in front of Starjack. King Louis the outside. It's I'm Incredible digging in from Starjack and King Louis. I'm Incredible finding sufficient. He does it again.
Seeing off Starjack by just half a length, it was the second feature of the year for the likeable Harry Cassam on a horse destined for bigger things. On the same night, Cassam rode the first winner in the training career of 31-year-old Jason Ung, who had taken over the reins from recently retired Bruce Marsh when scoring on So This The One, getting home in front in a great finish in the second race that night. The Raffles Cup has a rich history, and this year's renewal was to be no different, with no less than 5 individual Group 1 winners in the field, which included the likes of Singapore Derby winner Sun Marshall and last year's Guinea scorer Mr. Clint, as well as the former Horse of the Year and Kranji legend War Affair. This year's race, however, was to go the way of Frenchman Mark Lerner on board Makanani for the Japanese master Hideyuki Takioka.
Line going back shortly after the start was Star Emperor. Mr. Clint showed no speed, and Watts News in the last 4 or 5. Eye Guy from out deep is showing great speed with Predator, Sun Marshall, Elite Invincible up there as well. Count of Monte Cristo, he's also using his low draw to improve. When they link up with the course proper, it's Eye Guy and Predator deep out looking to cross. Count of Monte Cristo trailing them just behind them in third placing. Inside of the Derby winner Sun Marshall, then came Elite Invincible. Circuit Land posted a bit deep. Mr. Yo is back on the inside of Clarton Super. Makanani centre field as Circuit Land continues to drift back now on her outside in those green colours. Next in the run was Watts New outside of the Selangor Cup winner True Sun. Further back Safir, Mr. Clint in the last few runners with War Affair and Star Emperor. Can see them all. To the side they go. 23.60. was the first 400 metres, so they went quick. It's Eye Guy and neck in front of Predator. Count of Monte Cristo poised. He's off the fence. Sun Marshal deeper out, nickled at. Behind them was Mr. Yo as they're about to turn at the 450. Elite Invincible at the head of the others. What's New being ridden for luck by Rod back near the inside. They're in the straight in the Raffles Cup. And Predator surges up on the outside and heads off Eye Guy. He went for home. Predator to the outside. Count of Monte Cristo trying to rev up Elite Invincible. Further back then was Sophia running a bold race, and McInerney from the tail. 150 out. Predator getting tired. McInerney and Sophia are going after him. Late Mr. Clint. McInerney, Sophia. Mr. Clint flying, and Predator the fence. Big finish.
A first victory at the highest level for Lerner on this talented mare, and in the process defeating the subsequent Desta Singapore Gold Cup winner, Mr. Clint. That afternoon saw a Kranji favourite back in the winner's circle as 3 times champion of Singapore Manuel Nunes rode the winner of the 6th race on board limited edition for trainer Jason Ung. In just under a month, we moved to the Group 1 QE2 Cup over 1,800 metres, first run in 1972. The Raffles Cup winning mare McInerney was bidding for back-to-back Group 1 wins, and the build-up was not without drama, as the horse that she beat in the Raffles and one of the favourites for the race, Mr. Clint, was only past fit to run prior to racing for Lee Friedman and Brazilian Bernardo Pinheiro in the saddle. That afternoon, however, was to provide a 4th feature race success of the year for the champion jockey, as the fast-improving I'm Incredible landed a first Group 1 for Desmond Ung and his partners under Vlad Jurek.
Now they're right, they're off and racing in the big field. Thunder's out of the gates. Sun Marshal out wide, jump well with I'm Incredible. Black Jade is going forward, McInerney prominent. King Louis given a bit of a squeeze out of the gates by Pike. He's putting him right up into the race. Gold Strike being restrained. Elite Invincible on the outside as they link up with the course proper. Claudia's Beauty back on the inside. Predator next. He's 3 wide with cover at the moment. Mr. Clint staying 1 off on the outside of What's New. Elite Quartito can't get in. Count of Monte Cristo, Star Emperor, and Elite Excalibur went right back to last. A field breaks in 2 here. It's Sun Marshal going up to the 1,200 metres. He leads I'm Incredible. He got over comfortably for Jurek. Third the inside was Black Jade getting a sweet run. McInerney 1 out and 1 back for Lerner coming off the Raffles Cup win. King Louis run of the race stuff in 5th placing and travels well. Then Claudia's Beauty followed by next in the field was Gold Strike as they just scrambled a bit around that turn. Elite Invincible posted wide the trip. Mr. Clint is on heels and going a little keenly for Pinheiro. Predator 3 wide with cover at the 800 metres. Count of Monte Cristo, What's New, Elite Quartito, Elite Excalibur just being niggled at by Rod at that point, and 2 lengths away Star Emperor. They come up to the turn in the QE2 Cup at the 600 metres, and Sun Marshal will swing around the turn, the Derby winner from I'm Incredible. About to pour on the pressure the outside. McInerney peels out. Then Black Jade, King Louis about to be popped the question. Claudia's Beauty, Mr. Clint's going up the inside. Then Gold Strike, Predator, Elite Invincible. I'm Incredible goes for home. Coming past the 300, he went to the lead 2 in front of Sun Marshal. McInerney, King Louis flat to the boards. Predator down the outside with Count of Monte Cristo, 100 to go. It's I'm Incredible the leader. King Louis lifting. I'm Incredible a length. King Louis eating him up. I'm Incredible, King Louis. Photo.
What was a superb finish to this Group 1 showpiece. I'm Incredible got the better of King Louis at the line, and following this the two would go on to compete for favouritism in Singapore's final Group 1 of the year in mid-November, the Desta Singapore Gold Cup. 35 minutes after the big race that Sunday afternoon, race 10 provided race fans with a return to action after a spell of Inferno, who made short work of a Class 4 field and was to go on to more feature race success of his own the following month. Some top-line performances there once again, chaps, and certainly a mare like McInerney, Luke, who managed to register that Group 1 win and a first Group 1 for Mark Lerner.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. What a finish that race was. Probably one of the finishes of the year, particularly in a big race. 4 horses going across the line there together, and she got the nod for Mark. She's a tough mare, very tough mare.
And certainly that period of time down, that sort of September, October belonged to I'm Incredible for sure.
It definitely did, and of course it also belonged to another close finish in the QE2 Cup. What a ripping go that was. So I think all in all, obviously the Group 1s have had a lot of close finishes along the way. I'm Incredible, remarkable this season. I think obviously what he's done this year, I think he's put a big step forward to probably being Horse of the Year going forward. Of course, going from a Kranji's previous preparation to going on to win a Group 1.
Yeah, it's quite a phenomenal feat, Luke, isn't it? I mean, the rate of progression is just uncanny, really. And I guess I'm not sure if Connections can put it down to anything in particular, but as far as we're concerned in the media, we've just seen him snowball as far as his level of ability is concerned.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. Just strengthened up over a spell, or the pennies dropped, to use that old adage. But I think he went up 49 ratings points this year, which is a meteoric rise.
Yeah, we mustn't forget. Sorry, Dan.
He's always shown it, hasn't he, on the track, on the training track, and for some reason, as you said, Luke, this preparation, something dropped.
Yeah.
And look, he was an absolute marvel this year.
I'll tell you what did drop, and that was everything else off of him, because he was leading them home. We mustn't forget Count of Monte Cristo as well, winning a Merline Trophy. He hadn't been in the winner's circle for a very, very long time, so I for one was pleased to see him there again.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. A second feature win of the year for Dan Moore as well. Got the bob on Bold Thruster, who ran a super race in that after travelling wide, but it was nice to see the Count get his head in front, because he'd been a bit of a bridesmaid for quite a while, mind you, at the high level.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, no, he dances every dance, and nice to see him get that win. We've come to the end of this segment. Do hope you can join us for the final segment, for which we will be looking back on the Desta Singapore Gold Cup.